Live on Substack. Live on Substack for the FaceTime. For the first time, I went live on my other places, and I'm coming live because you gotta try everything. You gotta try everything. I'm dropping everything. I wanna know where my journalers at. Who are my fans of journals? I'm quite certain there'll be so many beautiful souls here that love journaling. Carol Elizabeth here. A lot of my magic behind me, good lighting. I'm in Toronto. I had an epiphany today from my journal, from a version of me from the past, which is what I really, 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 really love. I actually had a coach tell me, Carol, if you just opened your journals and spoke from there, you would you would guide so many women. And so in my in my coaching programs, when I work with people, we talk about journaling a lot, but I also know that that's something I definitely want to do. So I wanted to just give a little chat. Hello, Petra. A little chat about a breadcrumb trail. I have been in the coaching space for over 15 years. It was a decade in fitness coaching, moved into mindset coaching. I had a huge network marketing team, did a lot of mindset coaching there. Started to dabble into mindset and business coaching in 2020, and really like feeling my way through that. Had imposter syndrome, had, I don't know if I need to add this, all of the things that one does. Now, I know the power of the brain. I know that the thoughts that don't feel good are liars. But I use journaling as a way to really understand what it is that I want and what I'm thinking. Because if I'm left it up in here, and I believe it, then chances are I wouldn't do anything. So multiple times in life, I've had the gift of desperation. I've had breast cancer. I've had divorce. I've had divorces that's come into be. I've had a lot of life. So everything I share from lived experience, lived wisdom, and what I was noticing about myself these last few years when I've really gone deep, deep, deep on inner work. Like I know mindset, I know all of that. And the work I have done before has all been to accomplish things. I've accomplished lots of things. I became a two-time fitness pro in my 40s. I grew $1 million business. I've created a fitness business. I created other coaching business. I like fail myself forward in the best of the ways. I've had all of it, and I've also had it all taken away, and I've had it all again, and then I've purposely taken things down to zero. So I know that my purpose on this earth is actually to speak from lived experience. It's all I know anyway. And to me, I'd rather be with somebody that has a master's in lived life than a lot of credentials behind their name that they just know information, unless you're my doctor or something like that. But in this day and age, we can get information everywhere. We don't need information. We can get it anywhere. You can have ChatGPT give you a meal plan, your macros, a workout. You can have ChatGPT give you a book. You can have ChatGPT give you a speech. You can just like get on and you can have all these AIs make a podcast. Like you don't need information. What I know I'm on this earth for, first and foremost for myself, is to spark my soul to live at my highest, meaning do the things that light me up, not because somebody else says I should or what have you. And why I stepped into coaching from a bigger perspective was I was tired of seeing people say, this is what you do. No, that's what you did. And while there's elements of that that might work for me, why don't we figure out how to tap into ourselves? So that's my mission, is to help women tap into themselves, which is what I have done and do. I do. And so I have been baby footing it, baby toe stepping it little bit into a version of a coaching program that I've wanted to offer. And my default network is to just leap, to just go, to just act. And in the past, I will think of something and I'll launch a program, I'll do a masterclass, and I'll sell the program. And that's always been great. But as I have gotten really into myself and my thoughts and why I'm the way I am and how things have happened in the last kind of 4 years in particularly, when some really, really deep inner work was necessary, and allowed me to start understanding me and how I brought about things in my life and take full responsibility for things. I have slowed down before I sped up, if that makes sense. And so my soul has been calling me forward of this mission and this movement to help women tap into themselves, to learn about themselves, and not from the deep therapy. That's another person. That's where you want some credentials, but what we can control and the power that we have to create change and transformation with the body, with the business, with the bank account. Like I've been through all of it multiple times. And so my methods worked for me. My methods work for those that I coach, but I got away from my method because my brain skips to like something new, something new. And so in slowing down and pausing before I pounce to really understand where is this 2 years from now? Where is this 4 years from now? What am I being calling forward? I go to my journals. I journal every couple of days and sometimes pages and pages. And I mean, this is already just from December. It's already almost done. This is how much I've written in these new journals. And so what was interesting today is I decided to go to myself, go to myself for the answers. And I knew that if I looked through these journals, I would find common threads. I would find notes. I would find. And the magic of it, trust your magic is what I'm all about. The magic, let show me how magical today can be. It still blows my mind. I have moved 4 times in the last 5 years. The fact that anything is with me now is remarkable, especially for how much I've purged, especially like a little ratty notebook that only has a few pages in it. It doesn't match my other journals. Well, this is from January 2018. That is before so many things happened in my life. But I was talking about my MORE method, which became my method for more in 2020. And this is a foundation of what I have taught in what was called Warrior Woman Incubator. And as I've created other programs, I kind of got away from the foundations that I taught in that because my brain defaults to new, exciting, new, exciting, new, exciting. And I had a live coaching call with my women that are in my identity recalibration method. You see, I create new on Tuesday, and my brain said, slow down. These women need the method for more. The method for more is the transformational elements that are required for any change you want, any transformation you want, body, business, money, visibility, whatever it is. Because it's not about the workout or the macros or the not macros, and it's not about this business or that business. It's not about Substack versus this. It's about the who you are being doing the thing. And my it's like my soul came in and said, "Okay, no more. You must root into the foundation that you know that you know that you know is key to change. And from there, women can work with you in other areas." And I've been blessed that so many beautiful souls have been in my world since 2013 when I launched my first fitness business, and women have worked with me in all different capacities. But I'm doing a disservice to the new humans in my world that I don't root into this foundation that is required, that I have taken from mentorship, from all of the spits and spurts. So I went to my journals and I said, show me. And this little journal from 2018, before it was even anything, I had written the MORE method, which became my method for more, which was about mindset, overcoming fear, radical responsibility, and energy, because I'm all about energy, frequency. Then I'm looking through some other journals from 2022, which was a pivotal year of pain for me, which meant I went super deep on myself. I went super deep on my inner work and super deep on my healing, and why I talk about hearing ourself, and the journal is the best way. This is me reading back through it over the years and finding my own magic. But I started to see, what are the things I say over and over again? What are the things I say over and over again? Method for more then. I talked about, this being within, going inside, and I make up words. Then I realized I had this little piece of paper that I had on my mirror at the house I lived in 2022 as well, where I had written within, welcome within, within your heart, within your soul's deepest desires, within your belonging, within your becoming, within you now. Find your ease, trust your magic, intuition, which is fun because then it became a tattoo. Trust your magic. Then it became, then it became, then it became a book. Then it became a podcast. Like, my goodness. I even write myself notes that I forget about. So this morning, I'm like, method for more within. Then I grabbed this journal from 2024 that I read on an air ride to Europe. All these magical notes to myself that I didn't know that I wrote, and I was saying it again, and I was saying it again, and I had visions of women I was working with, and I wrote future statements, and so many of them have already come true, and the others are waiting to come true whenever they're meant to. That's the magical carpet ride that I feel like I'm on. But this within kept coming up again. This method, this being here to serve, to shake up and wake up women through my truths. And what I have learned through human design with my beautiful soul coach is that this is the season over 50 for me. I'm 56 this month. I'm meant to be the role model. I'm here to share my truth. I'm here to embody this transformation. And my goal is to help other women learn how to self-coach themselves, learn how to tap into their souls, learn that the voice that you are listening to that makes you feel like garbage is a liar. And if you're going to listen to a voice in your head, how about we listen to the voice that's pulling you forward? That's like going, hello, over here. And so I allowed myself to guide me today. I allowed my breadcrumb trail to guide me. And what that allowed me to see is that all of these years that I've written about it, there's been underlying fears and doubts, and as happens with everything, of why I haven't done it. Equal parts I had to be this version of me in order to do this, that let go of ego and not thinking I had any trauma or not thinking I had anything to work through, and understanding that all of these things in my life that have been taking everything to zero and starting fresh at 55 years old all had to do with parts of me that weren't fulfilled and needed love, and that I was the only one that could come and love me, and it's not anybody else's job. And that's what I want to help guide women with. And so by pulling these journals together, this is just a little bit, this is just a couple of them. I gave myself permission to move forward in this because it's not a, well, maybe. I have been, my soul has been telling me the same stuff. And now I get to choose to move forward, and I get to work through a masterclass that I'm going to be doing mid March called Within, because that's clearly a theme. And I'm going to be sharing that, and then all the different things that we've got. And what I know about Substack here is that this is a place that people are reading, and I love reading, and I love speaking, and I brought my podcast here, and I'm going live here more, and my community, uh, once that switches on to paid at a very low price, is going to have a lot of journaling accountability, is going to have a lot of finding your magic and learning to trust it, as a foundational space to get tapped in and tuned into my energy to help you tap in and tune into yours. So thanks for listening. Thanks for being here, Petra. And I don't know, I guess it just must replay for peeps too. So if you catch the replay, tell me where you're from. Love to be here on Substack. And if you journal, let me know. If you still don't journal and you want a little bit more reason why, the secrets that you seek are inside of your brain, and if you open your book and write some things out and just keep writing, you'll give yourself some pretty epic guidance, and who better than to guide you than you? That's what's coming. That's what's up. I don't even know how to turn this on. La da da da. Oh, there's a title. Okay, cool, and bye.